few years ago I drove the Mazda MX-5, or Miata for the Americans, for the first time. It was the previous generation MX-5, the 2-liter, the hard top coupe, so with a metal folding roof. And well, everybody said you need to drive an MX-5 because it's absolutely amazing to drive. And when I drove that car, I thought, what is all the fuss about? Because I really did not like it very much. I think it was overly direct in terms of steering. You know, in a sports car you want very direct steering, but they just overdid it on that one. And now I have the new MX-5, or new. It's been out there for quite a while now, but well, I haven't driven it yet, and the weather is great, so it was time for me to give the MX-5 another chance. And when I contacted Mazda, they said, well, yeah, sure, you can get an MX-5, come pick it up. But I didn't know which engine I would get, and I read some reviews about this car, about the 2-liter, about the 1.5, and they all said the 1.5, although it has less power, it's more fun. And fortunately, this is the 1.5, so let's see if it's as much fun as the other reviewers say it is. Okay, let's start off with the looks of this car. I think it looks so much better than the previous MX-5. It looks aggressive, playful, you know, you have these sharp lines in the headlights. And the rear as well looks very cool, very, you know, unconservative. It really looks like a new MX-5 and not like a facelifted version from the previous one. What I also really like is this color. It's a bit blue and grey, and then these 16-inch, yes, 16-inch. I think they're the smallest rims we've ever had. In black, or this like steel black, whatever. I think it looks really cool, you know. Very skinny tires. You also get these very skinny tires, Yokohama tires, 195 section in the front, and let's see how big they are in the rear, 195 as well. So they fitted very narrow tires to make it more fun, because you don't have a lot of power. So it's easier to break traction with these narrow tires, because you have less mechanical grip. Okay, let's start driving this thing and let's see if it's as fun as people claim it is. Before we go on a drive, let's take a look at the interior, because I think they've done a really great job. It's very simple, very minimalistic, you know, great screen, looks very nice. I like the buttons and switches, feels good, it's very well made, you know, you don't hear any crackles or anything, or any weird sounds from the plastic. You know, they fitted very few things, but the things they have fitted, they look good, they feel nice, except for one thing or two things. Those things on the sides, these fake carbon pieces in the doors. Why? You don't need fake carbon in your Mazda. Okay, let's start it up. And let's go for a nice drive in this great weather. The engine already feels and sounds really lively. It's a nice engine. It sounds pretty fun. It has a cool sound. first thing you notice is that the suspension is quite soft actually. Even though Mazda made this car as a driver's car, but you know, a lot of people who buy this car are 50 or 60 with a little cap on, and you know, they don't like very hard suspension. So you can get like a Bilstein suspension kit for this car and you'd have this very sharp suspension setup. But although it's a bit soft, I quite like this setup because it's playful because of it. You know, you really notice all the movements in the car, in the suspension, and you can anticipate what's happening in the corners, and it's really great fun to do that. Okay, the engine, it can go up to 7,500 RPM. It makes a bit over 130 HP. If you have the heavier 2-liter engine, you get like 160 HP. But as I said, it's not as much fun as this one. It really is a great sound. You know, it sounds aggressive even though you're not really going very fast. You feel like you're going very fast because of the very aggressive engine. I really like it. It's a very, very playful little thing. The gearbox is fantastic. It's super sharp and crisp. You really feel what's happening. The pedal setup for the clutch is also really, really nice. You feel it declutching and clutching, and you know, with these short movements of the gear lever, you just feel very, very involved. You know, it's a very tight gearbox. You just flick it in the next gear, you bam. Really, really nice. I also love the fact that Mazda stick to rear-wheel drive, because you know, it's a lot more expensive and difficult to make a rear-wheel drive car instead of a front-wheel drive car. But a huge part of the fun of this car is the fact that it's rear-wheel drive, because you sit way back and you sit almost on the rear axle. And the front just needs to think about steering, and the back just needs to think about power delivery. And you know, when you combine the two on one axle, the axle needs to do too many things. That's quite the basic approach of it. But the fact that it's rear-wheel drive doesn't mean you're going to do great power slides in this car. Believe me, I have tried it a bit, but it just lacks power. Maybe when it's a bit wet you can do some fun stuff. Steering is so much better than in the previous MX-5. The steering feel is superb. It really is. You know, you get a lot of confidence driving this car. The engine suspension nice and perky, the steering nice and sharp. You feel the rear axle, you feel the front end grip. It's really it's a really nice play thingy, you know. You just want to take this out on a sunny day and just have some fun on great roads. That's the key thing about this car, you know. It's not about being fast, because it's not. And even though it only has like 130 HP, this is so much more fun than most turbocharged hot hatches with over 200 or 250 HP. It really is. Okay, and then the entertainment or sat nav system. It's a copy. Yeah, it really is. I can't deny it. It's a copy of the BMW iDrive system. It even looks like the BMW iDrive system, and the controller, or how do you call this, you know, the buttons and the switch. The buttons are in the exact same spot. So back is here, you know, the sat nav is in the right front, exactly the same as with BMW. And although it's a copy, it's a nice one, because it really works very nicely. When you buy, for example, Mercedes A45 AMG, you know, you spend like 65,000 euros on that here in the Netherlands, and that screen looks less good than this one, and this costs like half that. You know, the pedal feel is so good in this car. The moment you get in this and you start driving, and after 5 minutes you know how to heel and toe, you know how to you know, blip the throttle on the downshifts. It's very easy. After 10 minutes you and the car are connected. You feel what you want from each other, and that's really nice. And about the soft suspension, you know, this is not a very great road. It's a bit bumpy, has some holes in it, but you can attack every corner because of the soft suspension, and that's really nice. I have to say that I've really fallen for this MX-5. I think it's absolutely great. It's a lot of fun, you know, it's cheap, it's affordable. Why wouldn't you get this? You know, people are so focused on power and performance, and it's not all about power and performance. It's all about the experience, about driving, and this car really gets that, and I love it for it. Another cool thing about the MX-5 is the way and the speed of which it closes and opens the convertible roof, because you have this handle here, you get the roof, bam, stick that hook in there, close it, and that's it. You know, it's like 4 seconds. And with the electric tops, you know, you're pressing the button, the windows close, they go up, they close again, and this is, well, it doesn't get easier than that. Thank you for watching. I'm going to post some more footage of the MX-5, like the acceleration run, and well, check it on our channel, and thank you for watching.